Hello, female founders, aspiring entrepreneurs and allies, and those with an interest in equity in business for women of colour. This free webinar brought to you by myself, Dawn Morton-Young, aka the Diverse Leaders Coach, is a two-step approach to help you first become aware of where you could be sabotaging your business journey, and second, to assist you in fixing those things to allow you to reach your goals and the success that you deserve. Now, this is regardless of whether your business is in the planning process or whatever stage of the startup or growth journey that you are currently on. But first, who am I? Well, as I said, my name is Dawn Morton-Young. I am, I believe, the world's first executive coach with a specialism in working with underrepresented and diverse leaders and founders. So I consider the unique outcomes, the cultural dynamics that apply to these groups and provide coaching and mentoring from that perspective. I use NLP and CBT, as well as my 20 years plus of experience as a senior HR professional and an equality and diversity expert. So I'm also a diversity, equity, inclusion and belonging consultant, trainer and a global speaker. I've won awards for thought leadership and influence, as well as for my contribution to the professional services industry. I sit as a non-exec board member for a charity that helps the parents of children that have got disabilities, which is something that's really close to my heart. And I am also the co-host of the first podcast for diverse leaders and founders, which is called the Diverse Leaders Conversation. I am the mother of 4 amazing daughters, and I'm also a backing vocalist and a session singer, and I work with multiple globally charting artists. So you can see on the slide a portion of some of the organisations that I have worked with and the publications that I have been featured in. That you've come across me and my work, welcome, and I hope you stick around. Okay. So, why are we talking about this today? What is the issue? So I mentor many female founders, and the common theme is that their journey in building their businesses seems to be different from those of men. So they are usually bootstrapping, building their businesses alongside their employment. They have to shout louder to be seen by clients and investors. And as you can see on the slides here, if you are a woman from an ethnic minority background, you experience the biggest disparities when it comes to your entrepreneurial journey. So more than a third of Black and Asian female business owners reported making no profit whatsoever in 2021. We come up against like investor bias, which prevents us from securing investment and deals. Turnover for Black and Asian business owners on a whole is an average of 25k per year, in comparison to 35k for white-owned businesses. And there's now a recognition that Black and Asian female entrepreneurs have limited access to capital and investment. So this is the background of what we're going to speak about today, but some of these things are influenced and compounded by the mistakes that Black and Asian women in particular, who are founders, often make during their business journey, from planning stages all the way through to major group growth periods. So this isn't about blaming anyone for making these mistakes. It's about empowering you with information so that you know what's at stake and you can take action for yourself and for your business. So what are the mistakes? So we've got not taking advantage of your available resources. We have failing to build a strong network. Assimilating and authenticity, and I can definitely testify to that. Not prioritizing your self-care and your well-being. I'm saying it slowly because it's so important, maybe the most important thing on this slide. and not seeking out mentorship and mentors. One of these in more depth now. So mistake number one, not using your available resources. So there was a report by the UK government looking at Black and Asian female entrepreneurs from the UK and the USA, and it said that female avoided engaging with external investors. So this could be to do with, firstly, the lack of information that is available to us founders of colour who are women about where to find credible investment, but also due to mistrust and sometimes feeling ill-equipped to approach or apply for investment. So when you're starting out in business and you don't have much capital or support behind you, it can be tempting to try and do everything on your own. But this could be a huge mistake. There are plenty of resources available for women-owned businesses, and even if they aren't specifically designed as such, they're still there for you. Well, there could be anything from free online courses on Udemy or Skillshare that teach you how to use certain software programs to automate your business, for example, or how to grow your audience through social media marketing. There could also be free or low-cost seminars that are hosted by local business support organisations, accelerator programs, and independent trainers or coaches. And this is where experts can offer you professional development, or they can teach attendees how to make their own products at home if you're a product-based business, so such as homemade beauty products, etc. There are also a host of grants that are available, some that specialise in, say, business or the tech or finance sectors, and others that are more general. So some high street banks and organisations like Google and Amazon have business growth programs that are specifically for Black businesses or for female businesses, and they particularly want female founders of colour. I work with my mentees to first seek out and then apply for these types of programs, and there's many examples of lots of success in their businesses as a result. So please use your resources. There is no shame in seeking help. Our humility is not going to get our businesses making profits. Number two, not having a strong support network. So having a strong support network is essential for any business journey. So, but especially for women founders of colour. So having a network of mentors, of peers and other professionals that you can turn to for advice and guidance can help you navigate the unique challenges that come with being a woman of colour in business. You may be working independently, not sure how to navigate professional networks, or even not knowing whether you can trust other people when it comes to your plans around your business or what's happening in your business. But when it comes down to it, your network is everything. Have a strong network, then how are people going to find out about what you do? How will they know how valuable your work is? You need a support system in place so that when things go wrong or when something unexpected happens, there are people who can help you to pick up the pieces and make sure that everything keeps moving forward. Around means that there will always be someone willing to talk about their problems, about your problems, so that you don't have to feel alone. So how do you start to build a strong network then? You start small. Reach out to someone in your field that has been doing what you do for longer than you have and ask questions about how they got started, how they built their network, and remember them for anything other than information and trying to build a relationship. One of the key things that I find when I work with my mentoring clients is how to build their network through LinkedIn. A tip from me, that should really be your first stop when it comes to building your network. Mistake number 3, assimilating an inauthenticity. I'm going to say that slowly so that I don't get tongue-tied. As a woman of colour in Western society, it can generally be hard to find your own voice in a space that doesn't always feel like it's really yours. You might feel pressure to conform to expectations around what being a great business leader looks like, how you should act. Trying to attract and build a business, attract investment, attract customers when you fear or have even experienced situations where your authenticity isn't conform or hide yourself, and therefore the soul of your business. This does you no favours, as you will then harder to connect with your dream customers, the people that really need what you offer to the world. So sometimes we've been assimilated for so long that we can feel a little lost. So you can try this simple NLP exercise to check in with yourself. So first of all, write down the name of your business. Then write down what your business does, the character of your business, if you will. And then write down why you want to provide that service or product to the world. What impact does it make? And then if you take a moment to visualize your product or service going out into the world and being received by the people that need it the most. You should start to feel, as you're visualizing this scene, a positive feeling of some kind that is attached to that outcome. If there isn't one, then you have a further step of exploring what it is that would bring you that positivity, that joy, that love for what you do. Ask all the time can become exhausting, and I know because I spent a long time in my career wearing one. It's also a huge contributor to burnout and overwhelm, both things that we don't need when we're trying to grow successful enterprises. For mistake number 4, neglecting self-care. So balance is a huge thing for me. It's why I left corporate and became a full-time entrepreneur. Whether you've got children or care responsibilities or your only responsibility is yourself, we have all learnt over recent years that having time away from work is super important. As business owners, you need to be able to keep your own well-being in check so that you don't burn out and end up losing the momentum that you've built up in your business. And I know it can be difficult to find time for yourself when you have so many conflicting responsibilities, but it's worth making the effort. Self-care is not selfish. It's an important part of thriving in your work, and it's just as important as the work that you do. It doesn't just mean taking bubble baths and having massages, although those things are definitely nice as well. This is about supporting your well-being by taking time out from the pressures of your business to make sure that you're still enjoying what you do, as we discussed earlier, and also that you have the energy to keep doing it well. Now on to the last mistake, not seeking out mentors. So having a mentor is the most important thing you can do for your business. And I am not just saying that because it's part of what I do. I have several mentors. And mentorship isn't just for founders, but it's especially important for women of colour who face unique challenges that often go unrecognised or unsupported by local and traditional networks. It's not just about having someone to bounce ideas off of and ask questions of, but also being able to share in their experience and their knowledge. Someone who can help you to navigate your way through the challenges of starting and growing a business and being able to share their experiences with you. So mentorship is different from networking. So networking is more about sharing and exchanging information, meeting new people, learning about their business, letting them learn about yours, and it's more of a peer-to-peer type relationship. They scratch your back, you scratch theirs, that type of thing. Network can become your mentors, as has happened with me, and many of my mentors come from my network. So mentorship is more often than not a one-on-one relationship where with somebody who has experience in your field or a similar one. They can help to guide you through challenges, and they can offer you advice on how to overcome those challenges in the best way, the most economical way for your business, and in the way that's going to get you further, having to make the mistakes that perhaps they had previously made. Mentorship is crucial because it helps you to navigate the challenges that you face and learn how to overcome your unique obstacles. It gives you access to networks that might otherwise be closed off to you. So those are 5 of the most common mistakes that I have found that causes the most damage to the business journeys of Black and Asian women. This webinar has hopefully raised your awareness around any that apply to you, and how you can take steps to turn what may have begun as a mistake into your most successful vision for your business and for your life. And more importantly, the fulfillment and happiness that you want to feel about the impact that you are making in the world. If you would like to stay in touch with me and the other things that I do in my work, please add me on social media, or you can email me at contact@dawnmortonyoung.com and we can have a chat. Bye.